Hey, sports porchers. It's your hockey Jesus with game 71 Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Carolina Hurricane. Well, who saw that coming? Not me, your hockey Jesus. No idea what they had in store for me tonight. I was at the game with my friend Scott. We had a great time. We saw a 4-1 win. And unfortunately, it doesn't really mean much for the standings. I know Ned at the end of the game said, we're still in this. We need to get all of our points, but it's kind of cute to see him say that. They're not in it, but they really played great tonight. And I'm glad you stopped by the porch so we can break it all down for you, whether it's after the game tonight or if you're watching this tomorrow morning and decided not to stay up. I got all the highlights you need right here on the porch. So stick around, people. Well, the Pittsburgh Penguins just surprised the heck out of everybody tonight. Look, super thrilled when I got up this morning and I heard Poulin was going to be in the lineup. I'm like, great. They're finally getting it. You got to bring some of these guys up. You got to give them a go. You know, it's probably because Achari got put on IR, to be honest with you. If Achari didn't get put on IR, they probably don't bring Poulin up. But, Achari's played good for us this year, but it's time to see what these young kids can do. And I tell you what, I was at the game, right? I'm walking to the game. I'm a little cheap guy, a little cheap, so I don't like to play for parking too much. By the way, if you're going to go to a Pens game, you got to stop by the Super Bowl. Look it up. It's super as in the soup you eat, not super as in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl, you got to go there before a game. I'm plugging it because I love it. If you want to go there to eat, you got to go early. We went a little too late, but still did manage to eat because, let's face it, the arena was, a third empty tonight. But just packed with Penn's shirt, people there having a good time, having some irons, having a little Yingling. I think that's what Scott was drinking tonight. And look, Pens fans are the best in the world. They're coming to watch the game. They're coming to support the team no matter what. That's what I love about going to games. If you have any, if you've never been to a game, you must go. Absolutely must go. If you haven't been to a game this year, still go. Come on. It's fun to go to games. And look, if you go on Thursday night, you're going to get this really cool shirt. I don't actually think it's cool, but some people might. Anyway, so I'm walking to the game. My feet are soaking wet. It's pouring down rain. I'm just excited. We stop at the Super Bowl, have a couple brews. I did have some irons. We get into the game, and we timed it perfectly. National anthem's going off. I did. I missed the warm up. Sometimes I like the warm up, but you know what? I don't need to see Jake Guentzel skating around in a Carolina Hurricanes jersey. I just don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. I did snap a picture with him on the ice with Sid, which was weird to see. It was even weirder to see towards the end of the game where it was Jake out there with Jordan Stahl against the Pittsburgh Penguins. That to me was just like, what is going on in this world? It's just a sign that change is amongst us people. We must embrace it. And I can tell you the change for the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight on that fourth line was very much welcome. Two things I really noticed. One, actually, I didn't realize this till the end of the game. Carolina has 31 of their wins when they score first. So Puljujärvi getting that goal was huge. It was absolutely huge in that second period. And it was a really nice goal. I don't know how Graves got in front of him, but hey, if that's what Graves can do to help the team out, I say put more Graves in front of the net because Puljujärvi just ripped it and scored. Really nice goal. Carolina gets back at us. I didn't like the goal they scored. Kind of went off a guy, it looked like. They said that the guy who shot it scored it. It just looked like a weird shot. It was 1-1. By the way, Pettersson took a really nasty hit. I don't know if they showed it on a television or not, but he was down in the corner the whole time. So essentially that was a power play goal in my opinion because Pettersson wasn't in the play at all when they scored that goal. In fact, I was watching him and then I heard the groans from the crowd, which I know that means they scored a goal. And then our buddy Brian Rust somehow out of nowhere, I'm pulling up the Pens on the Pens app. They have the shot where you can see all the shots are, and I'm looking at it, and I'm not believing this because the Pens had like 4 shots, one at like the blue line, and then one way outside the dot, and I was like, this is why it's a problem right now. And I'm showing it to my friend Scott at the game, and I hear, yeah, and Rush scores a goal. It was so much fun. I missed the goal. I did. I missed it live, but I saw the replay. And once again, I think Carolina has goalie problem. Much like I said, I really like oh crap, Colorado. Really love Colorado's team, but I think they have a goalie problem. I think Carolina's goalie problem is a little bit bigger, just because Carolina can go through spurts where they just didn't look like they were in the game tonight. And I don't know, I'm going to hand it to the Penguins. I think they played a really good defensive game, kept Carolina to the perimeter, didn't allow them to get any rebounds. And let's face it, Ned was spectacular tonight. What did he have? 974 save percentage. That's the highest it's been for any Penguins goalie in a very long time. And at one time, I thought at one point I thought they were going to win 2-1, and then they end up getting 2 empty net goals. Sid gets a couple garbage points. So what? I say take all the points you can, Sid, because you're going to need them if you're going to keep that point per game streak intact. For the season. Love to see you tie Wayne Gretzky. Anytime you can tie the great one, I'm all for going for it. So the Penguins look good. 2 other things. One is, so you had Sam Poulin on the 4th line tonight. And I think the way this kid plays is going to be fine for us. He looked good out there with Puljujärvi was on that line sometimes. They moved Puljujärvi up and Puustinen down. I really like seeing those guys play on the 4th line. I thought, honestly, in the first period, I think they had one of the 2 best opportunities to score. And why can't I remember Gruden? Gruden was the other guy who was out there banging bodies. Hey, if they can get out there and bang bodies, and we have a 4th checking line come next year, that's going to be a big difference maker, I think. I enjoy finally seeing some hitting on the ice, and Ludwig wasn't even Ludwig was a scratch, which was a little bit of a surprise. They put St. Ivany in there again. I'm telling you, this kid can play hockey. He's fundamentally sound in the corners. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's physical. He's not really banging bodies in front of the net like Ludwig does. Ludwig just clears him out of the net. I mean, he just basically manhandles him out of the crease. But Ivany's a little bit more nuanced. But man, just watching him play, he is just positionally a very good defenseman. I'm very excited about him. I might even make him the patron saint of the hockey Jesus with a name like Saint Ivany. I think that is just perfect for this show and for the Sports Porch. I love it. So Pittsburgh Penguins, they pulled off the miracle upset of the Carolina Hurricanes. But honestly, let's face it, it doesn't really matter. The Penguins are out of it. They did get to 72 points, and with 11 games left, that means they would pretty much have to win out. It's just not likely, people. But these Pittsburgh Penguins, these new guys coming up, love it. Bring more of them in. I love the energy. I think it's going to be a nice boost for this team down the end. By the way, I forgot to mention, welcome back to town, Jake Guentzel. Good to see you. I'm glad you didn't score. You're on the other team, so I don't like you anymore. And that's the way it is. Because if you're not wearing a Penguins logo, you're nothing to me. But Jake, good tribute video tonight. Didn't shed a tear, but Penguins win. Penguins win. Penguins win 4-1. And that's how you keep the faith, people. And remember to let's go Pens.